The adventure travelers, Nuku Hiva, Marquesas, French Polynesia. Our first landfall. After 24 days at sea.
A little higher of a cliff than I want to jump off of.
It took us a few days of a little dizziness to get settled in. This island is so remote, it has a small airport with only one flight a day. It was all different, not touristy and not glamorous, but real. The island is rough and natural.
So this is the dinghy dot in Nuku Hiva. Got all these dinghies lined up. And you've got 2 stairs to get into them. It's really quite crazy.
The shopping was different, the rules were different, and the fruits were all new to us. And the sand fleas were there all the time. And these tiny black no-see-ums came out every day from about 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., like clockwork. And Mike had gotten me there safely.
It's a little higher of a cliff than I want to jump off of.
Our boat is anchored out there somewhere with all those other crazy adventuring people. Don't even think of looking fresh at any point. This hike was very challenging because we were both still a little weak and kind of wobbly from being out at sea. We managed to rent a car to check out the island.
So these are the, if you call this a trail, this is a very minor trail going up into another ruiny section on the island of Nuku Hiva. And we're pretty high up in elevation. It's pretty fun, but it's really, really hot. I mean, so Melissa and I have been climbing this mountain
for about, I don't know, 500 meters or so.
And we're coming across this archaeological site. Kind of cool. One big banyan tree.
I think we're going to need a local guide.
So this is a pretty authentic village. Let me walk across this. See the little house here. We got another one down there. And a really cool banyan tree up in there. And the roosters seem to like it. It's pretty cool that we have this place pretty much to ourselves. This is cool. Check it out. Look at that.
This eatery allows the patrons to feed the eels, and this was definitely a first for me.
Hovering over the rocks over there.
I'm kind of liking this beard look on Michael. Nothing moves fast on this island.
This is one of our crazy hairpin turns. Yikes. The wheels barely made that one.
Excuse us, little horsey. Wow, that butt was really close to the car.
They're not moving, are they?
Hi, guys.
Hello, little piggy.
Horses and cows are everywhere and need to be treated with respect because someone probably owns them. And same with the fruit trees. Never ever assume that you can just pick fruit off of a random tree. Waterfalls and deadly seeds were everywhere, but more about the seeds later. This is sailing vessel Batu family, Peter, Karen, Sean, and Sarah. They were sailing about one day ahead of us as we crossed the ocean. They were our lifeline, and we became very close friends. Imagine you are in the boat with us. Anything is possible. And when we rounded the corner, it took my breath away. One of the most stunning sights I have ever had the privilege to see. "30,000 people used to live in this ancient valley. Now just a handful of families. And we were honored to share breakfast with one of them. You'll see that later. We met a local chef, Paul, who lives just up the valley, and he took us on a guided hike to a remote waterfall with our new friends. We desperately miss our children and family, so this was amazing. And it turns out Peter and his family don't like the idea of eels too much.
The cold is nice after
Feels
so much
so good.
hot.
After about 3 hours of hiking, this water was so cold and worth it. Just about here, a goat above on the cliff knocked a huge boulder the size of a small TV off the cliff into the water, and I'm not kidding you, almost killed Mike and Sean. Why is it on every trip Michael almost gets killed? That's our guide Paul and his dog. This was a fascinating hike with ancient artifacts just sitting around as they did thousands of years ago. This is one of Paul's family dwellings. You just have to be here to see these stunning details. I will never forget this unexpected view underneath Paul's starfruit tree. This was perhaps the most delicious piece of fruit I have ever had. School does not give you these experiences, but world travel does. This was Paul's aunt's home. We had an incredible meal with loving people we just met.
Will be translated into French.
I'm getting attacked by little dogs. I got little babies. I got little babies.
Melissa's telling me I'm under the coconut tree, so I gotta get out of here.
I can't imagine not being a world traveler and having a life without meeting new friends and being captivated by customs and food we've never seen. We would visit Paul's family several times, and they sent us packing for our next destination with more food from the family farm than you would ever imagine. I won't miss the bugs, but I will miss this place. Join our journey. We know you have questions and comments. The Adventure Travelers. So he's coming first, and then we're gonna go. But it's gnarly.